Welcome, everyone. I'm Barrett Darnell with the Red Team Village, and I'm here today with Ryan Dory and Matt Eidelberg from Optiv.
Hey, everybody.
Hello. How's it going?
Ryan and Matt, thank you so much for being here today, and I want to thank Optiv for being a sponsor for the Red Team Village CTF this year. Your support really helps, and it goes a long way at allowing us to provide a big event both in person and virtually. Can you tell me a little bit more about Optiv?
Yeah, absolutely. So to put it very simply, Optiv is a pure play cybersecurity partner. And what does that mean? We aim to do all security all the time, right? We can help in ways of advisory, deployment, and even manage operations, right? So ultimately, our goal is very simply to help organizations realize a more effective security program and posture.
And for both of you specifically, what do you do at Optiv?
So I am a senior director inside of threat management, which is a larger umbrella, but I specifically have the privilege of leading our attack and pen team. So my focus is on the direction of success of that team, and I achieve this largely by enabling the great folks around me, such as Mr. Eidelberg here.
And I'm a technical manager under Attack and Pen. My primary role is leading the adversarial simulation services. This is our branch that focuses primarily on red and purple team operations. My role in there is not only executing these types of engagements, but also focusing on helping to innovate the team and grow more operators to perform these types of engagements.
All right, and for that Attack and Pen practice, why do you like working there?
Yeah, so for me, first and foremost, it's the close family atmosphere that we have on the team. And what I mean by that is I've been on the team for almost 9 years now. I've been in Attack and Pen the entire time, and I'm not alone in that. There's several other individuals on the team that have been here for a similar amount of time, such as Matt himself. So what that's yielded is a really good dynamic of folks to work well together while we simultaneously, pursue our passion of offensive security.
And just to add on to that, I would say in a single word, the community. The team itself honestly strives constantly to push the boundaries, to teach each other new things, whether or not it's failures from previous engagements to help educate for future kind of tests, or even success stories. It's all about sharing and kind of bolstering each other through knowledge sharing.
Absolutely, and and a plug for that giving back to the community aspect. I was on your GitHub the other day, and I was looking at the Scarecrow, and I know I've got that on my list to do a deep dive on after Defcon. Love the fact that a lot of big players in information security share that research, share that tooling that they create.
Yep, that's what we strive to do here.
And for your team, what types of people work there? What are their backgrounds?
So it's a good variety of backgrounds, right? So we have folks, from being a good part of us being veterans, to business-minded folks, to engineering folks, et cetera, right? But like I mentioned earlier, there's the ultimate commonality, right, of a shared objective of offensive and passion for offensive security testing. And then what we qualify that success really is helping leave our clients better than we found them at the end of the day. And of course, folks have a very specific or can have a specific subset of interest inside the team. That could be IoT to embedded to wireless to low-level Windows stuff to evasion, et cetera, right? So there's definitely some sub-pockets for people to really go a mile deep on.
Great. And with such a diverse group, what makes somebody a success in A&P?
So aside from technical acumen, which obviously is held, it's an important quality on this specific role, right, is the ability to show ownership and leadership and give back to the team. Really, owning a specific service or an offering, helping others, mentoring, et cetera. We hold that in incredibly high value. And then as we mentioned earlier with regard to like Source Zero and Scarecrow, right, is the public thought leadership to help the team immediately and then also give back to the community as well.
Yep, and just to add on to that, I would say the eagerness to learn and improve your trade craft. Honestly, the ones we see that excel the most are the ones that not only focus on themselves, but also make sure that they help their fellow teammates or coworkers, whether or not they're struggling with something or helping to help them also pursue and grow their talents. Those are the ones that I see often have the base success here.
That's great. Absolutely. I mean, this is a team sport, doing what we do.
Yep.
For the Red Team Village, one thing that we really love to do is offer a lot of environments for training. We do workshops. We participate in a lot of different cons. And one thing we want to do is bring as many people into this community as possible. And so I'd like to ask for both of you, what is your advice for people who are interested in cybersecurity as a profession?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I'll speak to the path that I took to get here, and I think it holds true to the question, right? But I think it's very important and imperative for folks to have a deep foundational understanding as to how things work, right? So what I mean by that is, how does Active Directory work? How does networking function? How can you manipulate these things to maybe work outside the bounds it was intended to, right? So that can apply to even development, web applications, etc. Oftentimes I get asked by people that are a bit younger, say in college or whatever, and they're like, hey, should I take this security class? I'm become a pen tester. Well, I would really encourage folks to get a lot of those more foundational understandings to how things work before they move to the stage of trying to, move to the adversarial emulation types part.
Yep, and I would just add to not just focus when you're learning on red team tactics. It's incredibly valuable in the current landscape to focus on both blue and red team. Having that ability to speak both can really augment your skill set. And this is very much a cat and mouse game-based industry, and just knowing both sides, their playbooks, can really help you understand the strengths and weaknesses of both sides. So when you're coming up against, say, a red team or a blue team, you know what they are great at and what their weaknesses are to really help plan out those attacks, or even your knowledge set to improve on.
That is phenomenal advice. This industry is a challenge because there's so much breadth and depth that you can take. Not to mention that it's evolving every single day, so it's impossible to keep up. So you've got to have that thirst for knowledge, and without that foundation, it is quite difficult. I mean, you might throw that exploit and get that shell back, but then the question is, what do you do next, right? And so, great advice. I want to thank both of you for being here today. Thank you again for the sponsorship. Looking forward to meeting you in person, and also with Defcon right around the corner. Looking to engage with old friends and make some new ones. So thank you again.
Absolutely, thank you for the opportunity, and we're looking forward to seeing some folks out at Defcon.
Yep, thank you.
Oh, and I forgot to plug. Optiv is actually throwing a party at Defcon, right? And you've got an invitation out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So come check out some of the Source Zero folks. I believe it's Friday night and the 26th floor, if I remember right. So yeah, come by and say hi.
Excellent. Looking forward to that.